Hello, my name is Rebecca Bachhuber and my presentation is on education and ICTs. The possibilities that ICTs have provided for education are almost innumerable. Massive online open courses, or MOOCs, offered through Coursera, Udemy, Harvard Free Courses, and many other institutions have opened up who can do these courses and from anywhere. But the expectation that students will have technology competencies now that there is such access to it, particularly from younger grades up through university, which has really shown the importance of integrating these technologies at every level to make for a stronger student and for a stronger education. ICTs have also disrupted that traditional model with more exciting ways for teachers to teach and students to learn, and have actually even made it possible for students to teach themselves in new ways that weren't available before. Being more accessible than ever for those looking for a second career, for those looking to attend college who would have not previously been able to afford it, and those looking to learn for their own sake, to pick up a new skill to use in their personal life or just to use in the workplace, which leads to a stronger, more competitive workforce, which will strengthen the country and the economy, making for a better situation overall for everyone. However, there are still issues. Resources are hard to come by. Funding to even provide the kinds of technologies that schools need to survive in this new environment. The technology, when computers break, can they replace them? Licenses for software or for databases that supplement classroom and homework assignments. And the long-term cost. Can this be done over the long term? The training that teachers need is another consideration that comes with ICTs in the classroom. Well, most teachers that I think anybody knows are incredibly passionate people willing to do as much as they can to help their students and to find these free resources to really put together in the classroom and enhance the learning. There isn't always the structure that allows them to use them as effectively as they could. And the biggest issue is that ICTs aren't as equal as promised. The homework gap in particular shows that money does still have the last word, for now at least. Students who have the money for better computers or better internet connections versus students whose families may not be able to afford internet at all and who are reliant on public libraries or their schools leaving the Wi-Fi on overnight. And that makes it very difficult for everyone to have that same access to an equal education. Which leads me into my first initiative, the Connected, a 5-year initiative from the Obama administration to provide a necessary internet connection in schools. It also provides training for teachers when using technology in the classroom and has been bolstered by partnerships with private sector companies for grants and resources. Apple, Simon & Schuster, Coursera, Adobe, and this huge list, which you can find on the Connected website, are all partners in making this a successful initiative. But Connected only addresses connection in the classroom. Students without an internet connection at home won't be able to complete their homework or submit it online, and procuring resources from these companies is a process in and of itself. Each company has its own implementation and rollout plan, which puts a lot of the pressure on the schools to seek out these resources, apply for them, and maintain them. And the sustainability of it all. When the 5 years runs out, what will schools do? Will there be a new initiative? Will it be extended? Announced in 2015, the Connect Home initiative supplements Connected by bringing internet to low-income homes. It's still in its pilot program phase, as you can see in the map to the right, in 28 cities, including DC. And it makes broadband affordable, provides technology training, but does kind of bias itself towards low-income homes with school-age children, so it isn't truly available for everyone who needs it, like university students or those who work from home. The One Laptop Per Child Initiative, or OLPC, is an international effort to bridge the digital divide for students, particularly young students ages 6 through 12. And it provides them with devices that they own and can take with them from home and school to complete assignments at either location. The laptops are sold to governments who then distribute them through their education departments or ministries. But criticisms of this initiative include that the laptops aren't always top quality, and when they break or something goes wrong and the student isn't able to fix it and their teacher isn't able to give them advice and are directed to the school's IT department, there's no support for them to be able to fix that. It's not within the budget. And there's little direction for teachers on how to utilize these laptops in the classroom. Challenges and barriers. I've discussed these at several points during my presentation, but the importance of the homework gap and the more general digital divide cannot be overstated enough. The difference between a student who can rely on their internet connection and the device that they're doing homework on compared to those who can't is just so important to account for when providing education access. Funding is also a huge issue. Where will you get the money to buy these devices? Where will you get the money to get these software licenses? How will you support education long term? And that sustainability of being able to renew these resources is another huge issue that we'll see more of. Future research. So far, the response has been somewhat reactionary, and I think research should devote some of its resources to figuring out how to really get into the next big thing before it happens instead of after it has really arrived and then super incorporate it into the education experience. And I think mobile learning is going to be that next big thing. Bring your own device programs, so bringing your own phone or laptop or tablet are really getting traction and have been for the past few years, but with their own sets of pros and cons. We'll see how they go. Future government-funded initiatives. How can government bridge this educational digital divide? Well, we can see that there have been attempts at it with Connected, and Connected has its equivalents in other countries, and how this will take place in the different levels of education. There's a lot of emphasis on elementary and like middle grades, but how will that come to play in high school and college? College especially can be quite reliant on distance learning, which will require reliable internet connections. Sustainability, I've mentioned several times, but I feel bears repeating that how will programs be able to maintain equipment and software and have the support to do that? To conclude, ICT in education is incredibly important in order for students to be full participants on the global stage. However, it takes more than just providing the resources. Throwing computers and internet connection at students all day, every day will only go so far. Training the teachers and integrating these technologies and know-how into the curriculum is just as vital to the success of ICTs in education. Thank you for watching. Good luck with the rest of your semesters and have a great summer.